From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, March the 10th, 2022. The U.S. House of Representatives last night approved what pro-Israel lobby AIPAC said was the largest ever funding package to Israel, including, they tweeted, $4.8 billion in security assistance and missile defense funding, demonstrating overwhelming bipartisan support in Congress for the U.S.-Israel relationship. $1 billion of that funding is for Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett tweeted, "Thank you to the U.S. Congress for your overwhelming commitment to Israel's security and for passing the critical security package, including the replenishment of the life-saving Iron Dome." Bennett also tweeted at President Joe Biden, thanking him, he wrote, "for your leadership and friendship." The aid package now heads to the Senate for a vote there. Turning now to Ukraine, President Vladimir Zelensky will reportedly hold a Zoom call with members of Israel's Knesset in the coming days. Ukrainian Ambassador Yevgen Kornishuk spoke to Speaker of the Knesset, Miki Levy, to coordinate the virtual call. Now, there were earlier reports that Zelensky had asked to address the Knesset plenum and was told he could not do that the Knesset was at recess for the next few days, and the Zoom call was suggested instead. The Times of Israel cites a statement from the Knesset that the ambassador thanked Speaker Levy for his welcoming response to his letter and for publicly clarifying and refuting the false information published in the press that allegedly argued that the speaker refused President Zelensky's request to address members of the Knesset. Zelensky also has asked to address Yad Vashem, the World Holocaust Remembrance Center in Jerusalem. Yad Vashem Chairman Danny Dayan confirmed that he received the request from Zelensky and that he will meet with the Ukrainian ambassador this coming Sunday to discuss the issue further. Yad Vashem, by the way, today announced that it was suspending ties with Russian-Israeli billionaire Roman Abramovich over his past connections with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Just last month, Abramovich pledged a reported approximate $3 million donation to Yad Vashem for Holocaust research. But Yad Vashem wrote today on its website, in light of recent developments, Yad Vashem has decided to suspend the strategic partnership with Mr. Roman Abramovich. Meanwhile, high-level talks were held between Ukraine and Russia today in Turkey. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba met in Antalya, together with Turkey's Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu. No real progress was reportedly made in the talks, which were said to have been difficult. The meeting comes after a Russian airstrike on a maternity hospital in Mariupol, killing at least 3 people, including a child, and wounding some 17 others. Çavuşoğlu, by the way, will visit Israel next month. This was announced by Israel's President Isaac Herzog, who concluded his official state visit to Turkey this evening. Herzog met earlier today with the Jewish community in Istanbul, tweeting that he was moved to recite the blessing over the Torah today at Istanbul's Neve Shalom synagogue and to meet the Turkish Jewish community. All Jews, Herzog said, are connected to each other through bonds of mutual responsibility and shared fate, and the community here is a marvelous example of this. Herzog, who is the first leader from Israel to visit Turkey since 2008, with over a decade of strained relations between the two countries, thanked President Recep Tayyip Erdogan for, he said, the desire to turn a new leaf in relations and move forward to a better future as good neighbors in our Mediterranean region. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, March the 10th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud study. At 7:30, Ellie Cohanim speaks with Monika Ekiert, the Polish actress who recently discovered her Jewish roots. who talks about how the younger Polish generation has come to embrace Israel and Jews. At 8, journalist Eli Lake looks at why Russian President Putin is escalating the crisis with Ukraine, among other issues, speaking with Jonathan Tobin. At 9, Mark Golub speaks with Andrew Kligerman on L'chaim. At 10, award-winning sportscaster Ernie Johnson Jr. joins Rabbi Erez Sherman to discuss his deep faith, the recent loss of his special needs son, how faith factors into the world of sports, and more. And coming up next, it's Good Week Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, March the 10th, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.